Hi, it's Tara. Thanks for joining me. Today we are going to be creating Sublimation Ink mugs. However, I'm also going to be showing you how you can take a cut image in Cricut Design Space and turn it into a print and cut image and use it for sublimation. Cricut has done some updates as of the end of 2022 when this is filmed, and I want to help you guys see all the possibilities because it's pretty cool.
Okay, so we are in Cricut Design Space in the canvas. I'm going to show you how to create this from scratch. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to images and we are going to type in sweater and then just hit search or enter. And then I'm going to find one of the images that I already used. I'm going to click on this little guy right here and I'm going to add him to my canvas. And then if you look in your top toolbar for operations, it's going to say basic cut. Go ahead and click into that and you'll see that you can change it to different operations, like have it written or engraved. I'm going to click on print and cut. Now what it did is it made him into a printable image rather than a cut image, but it did not combine him together. So there are times that this is going to be really helpful and great that you're going to want to do images separately and print the little parts separately. But in this case, we want him to all print together in one image. So then what we're going to do is we're going to hit flatten, and that is located, as of the filming of this, at the bottom right toolbar. So I'm going to click flatten, and then you see it brings all of his little parts into one piece. And with print and cut, there is a limit in, as of filming of this, of how much the images that you can make him to as far as larger size. But Cricut is working on changing that. So hopefully by the time you see this, or eventually, it will be even bigger images. However, for my cup, I don't really need a very large image. I've already done my measurements. So you want to make sure to do your measurements of what the max amount is that you would be able to create your image, and then size him accordingly. I also wanted to change the color of his shirt. So you can see the left one here is a little bit darker. Let me move him over. So now he's on the right hand side. So the one I just made is a little brighter shirt. I wanted to make him not so bright. So then, shoot, I needed to do that before we did the flatten. Okay, so go back to unflatten. Then where it says little question mark, that's the color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the part that I want changed, which is his red sweater. And I'm going to click on this darker red there. That doesn't look like the right color either. There it is. Okay. So you can, that's how you can change the color of the actual different pieces too. I mean, even if you wanted to change his body where his little hooves and his pants are, and you wanted to change those to green, you could do that. You click the right layers panel and then select what part of the body you want changed for the image, and then click over to where the color is or the question mark, whatever it happens to be, and then select your color. So there he's green. Isn't that cute? Okay, and then we want to hit flatten so that all the pieces combine together. Hopefully this has been super helpful to you. If it has, give it a like, and let's get to making.
Okay, so supplies that you're going to need are some mug blanks that are infusible ink compatible. They will also be called Sublimation blank. These are just Cricut brand. So I'm going to open this up. And what's great is they are dishwasher safe and microwave safe. So once we put the Sublimation ink on here, we don't have to worry about any of the care instructions for ourselves or gift recipients for whatever reason and purpose we're making them. So you're going to need a mug blank. You're going to need a sublimation printer, sublimation ink, and sublimation paper, which I will link in the description. And again, I do have a video where I have a setup if you want to check that out after this video. But just stick around and see how fun and easy this is. I'm going to turn on my Cricut Mug Press. So I just turned on the top button right there. It's going to start heating up, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little indicator lights that are going to light up, and once they're all lit up, that means that your little mug is cooked and ready to go. But you have to actually put the mug in there and then push this lever down to get it started cooking. So you'll need a Cricut Mug Press, a Cricut Mug Blank, sublimation printer with all the accessories that you need for that, and Cricut Access or some kind of image that you can print out with a sublimation printer. You don't necessarily have to have Cricut Access, but I like it because for this tutorial purposes, I'm showing you how to be able to create just cut images into Sublimation. So Cricut has thousands of images that you can do this with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this rubbing alcohol, it is 50%, and I'm going to clean my surface just to make sure that there's no debris or anything crazy going on there. And you want to make sure that your hands are free from lotions if possible, because that can affect the surface that you're touching and then affect the transfer. So I'm going to set this over here. Oh, another supply is heat resistant tape. So I have Cricut's heat resistant tape on a special dispenser, and I've got a pair of scissors. All crafters have scissors, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my images that I printed out with my sublimation printer, and I'm going to cut these. And no, I have not figured out how to get rid of that black box yet, so that we're not wasting ink when you print out images through the print then cut operation from Cricut Design Space. But eventually, one of these days. The thing that stinks is I would normally say, hey, just use like a square box and then cut it out, but it doesn't show up until you're actually in the matte setting. So it's not on the canvas that you actually see the black box. It doesn't show up until it's actually in the matte on the screen. So I don't know. I haven't really tried. I've had people ask me, some subscribers and different viewers ask me how to get rid of that black box, and honestly, at this point, I'm not sure. So we're just going to cut around it, and I'm actually going to be creating 3 different mugs today. So I've got to get 3 cleaned, but 2 of them are going to be the same image. So stick around. You're going to want to see both the images that I create. And also so I kept the color, but I love that in Cricut Design Space in the little panel that we have the option of changing the colors. So like this little sweater here, and I just want to point out, this is very faded looking, but once it gets onto the surface it's sublimating to, it's gonna pop and brighten up. So you have to stick around to see that part. But what's cool is in Cricut Design Space in the layers panel, please make sure you rewind and go back if you didn't check out when I was in Design Space, where we can change these colors and make them whatever we want them to be. So I just heard that beep. That means that that mug press is fired up and hot enough, ready to go to do our first mug. So that's what we are going to do. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to take this mug and we are going to put on our designs. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So for this one, I'm going to put this ugly sweater weather on one side, and then on the other side, I'm going to have this cute little guy wearing an ugly Christmas sweater. We just need to kind of get this lined up and then tape it on there. So I'm just going to eyeball it, and then I'm going to put the tape on. Okay, so I have my heat resistant tape handy right here. Trying to line this up to see where the best place to press it. And I can't get too much further than right here or else it won't press. So when you do the Cricut Mug Press, there's about this much that you cannot press. So it will not go any past this area right here, the heat press itself, because of the handle and how the design of the mug press is. So I'm just making sure this is pretty straight, and I'm going to tape it down. You want that really nice and tight up against your surface. So just make sure it's really smooth tightly. It doesn't hurt to put extra tape to really make sure that that is nice and tight on there. Okay, so I've got one side put on and I'm gonna flip it around and try to do that cute little reindeer dude on the complete opposite side. It probably would help if I would have cut this a little more evenly, but hey, it's okay. Okay, so we've got him all taped up on both sides, ready to rock and roll. I'm going to slide this into my Cricut Mug Press. And now I'm going to push down on the handle. And I'm just looking to make sure that all of the paper that has the sublimation ink on it is covered by the heat plate. And that heat plate is that mint part all the way on the inside there. So this is going to take approximately 6 minutes to do the press, to go through all the lights with the Cricut Mug Press. We are already on the second blinking light. I'm just going to kind of zip through this to get to the 6th blinking light. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to prep and get my next cups ready. Okay, so I think that the mugs have cooled off just enough that we can do the reveal. So I'm going to do the first one I did first. It is still warm and it's been like 12 or 15 minutes. So we're going to do one side. I want to like peek at this before I show you guys. Oh my gosh. Look at that. So this is the one side. And then we're gonna open up. It's like opening up a Christmas present. I'm doing the heat resistant tape. It's like I'm opening a Christmas present to see what's inside. Okay. Oh, he's so cute. So here's one side, the little reindeer with his little ugly Christmas sweater. And then ugly sweater weather. I love this. And this was from a cut image on Cricut Design Space. So if you didn't watch my whole video, rewind and go click where I'm in Cricut Design Space showing you how to take a cut image and make it into a print and cut so that you can make a sublimation project. Okay, we've got another mug to open up here. I'm just gonna sit this one back here. Isn't it so cute? Okay, this one's still a bit warm, but it's not hot. Again, I'm opening my Christmas present. Oh, the anticipation. Ah. That is so pretty. I am noticing just now that there's like a little blemish on the actual ceramic itself on this mug, but hey, it's okay. And again, I just want to remind you that the images start out bland and then they get super bright. Now this is after the ink has come off, but still, it was very bland looking before it actually infused onto the surface. So I just want all the newbies out there with sublimation and infusible ink to remind you that the colors are going to change and get more vibrant once the heat is applied and they go onto the surface that they're transferring to. Okay, gonna undo my other side of this mug. I made 2 of these, so I don't need to open both of them, but I'm gonna show you at least one of them. And this was also an image in Cricut Design Space that I edited to make it so that it wasn't just a cut image anymore, that I was able to print. Sweater weather on one side, and then this cute little sweater on the other side. Aren't these stinking adorable? Love it. I hope this was really helpful to you. If so, please consider hitting the like button, hitting subscribe if you want to continue to follow me for future crafting tutorials. And as always, make sure to check out another one of my videos. Oh, and for Craftmas, let's do emojis. Drop an emoji. Do a little reindeer emoji, or if you can find a sweater emoji or a Christmas tree emoji, drop them below to let me know that you watched all the way to the end. Thank you so much, and check out another video.